coordination number in the 2D packing, that is the square packing and the hexagonal packing. So in hexagonal it was 6, in the square it was 4. Then in the 3D packing of, say, that is your simple cube. So simple cube, the coordination number is 6. You can see there are 8 unit cells. So that is one unit cell. It has 8 spheres at the corner. Now there are 8 unit cells. You can see the black one here. Now this black one is in contact with this green 6 atom, in direct contact with this. So here the coordination number of simple cube is 6 that we learned. Okay, there. Then body center. In body center it is very easy. You can see these 8 spheres at the corners are surrounding the central one. So that is the central one. That is the central sphere. Okay, this one sphere and then 2 and all that. So these are the corner spheres which are surrounding. So surrounding the center sphere. So here the coordination number is 8. Okay, 8 are surrounding. Now face centered is slightly complex because there are the layers which are arranged. So this is your one unit cell, that is one layer, second layer, third layer, then one layer again. Okay, so this is called as ABC layer that we will see. A, B, C, A. So these are the layers. I told you that the hexagonal packing makes the this face center. So that is your one layer of hexagon and 2 other layers are there which forms the FCC. Now in FCC, because there are so many layers, so the coordination number here it is 12. Okay, from here also we can see the coordination number, but it's difficult to see because it needs 2 unit cells to give the coordination number. Okay, but you remember the coordination number is 12. Okay, when we will have some model or like that, then we can understand that one. So for face-centered cubic close packing, the coordination number is 12. So basically, the coordination number in simple cube is 6, in body centered it is 8, and in the face centered, or you can write FCC, okay, it is 12. So coordination number increases. Here, coordination number increases. Packing fraction, I already told you what is packing fraction. हेलो, क्यों? एक मिनट कॉल करता हूँ थोड़ी देर में. Yes. Okay. So here we have this. These are the layers. So this is your coordination number. Okay. Remember this. This is the coordination number. Now, okay, this is one. So what we have learned that, okay, up till now, packing fraction we have learned, okay, contribution of the spheres, okay. Also we have learned. Now, one thing. Okay, let's see this question. This question was in. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, this is the question. Question number 23. Okay, question number 23. Okay, everybody can see this question. Consider a cube containing n unit cell of cubic system. Okay, a plane ABCD is obtained by joining the midpoint of the edge. Okay, this question was there for the 12th class people. Okay, that is your advanced paper, full test advanced. Okay, so that is your advanced paper. Although it is advanced, but the level of the questions are okay, not that much hard. Okay, so let's see this question. It's a very easy question, I would like to say. By joining the midpoint, okay, everybody can see that. Let's enlarge it. As shown in let P be the packing fraction, choose the correct option. So this is the question. Okay, everybody can see this. Please read this question first. Everybody. Okay. So what it is asking? It is asking the packing fraction and the n unit cells. N is there in this. Okay, so this is your n, this is given, and this is your p is the packing fraction. Okay, p is the packing fraction. So now tell me, okay, this is the square, and this square is depicting this. Okay, there Ansh, Arsh, Aparajita, everybody see this one. This blue colored, suppose I'm coloring it with blue. These blue color spheres, okay, which are present here in the cube. What is the position of these spheres? Where are they exactly located in the cube? Are na re baba. See it. Are just I told you. This is the face center. Okay. This is the face center. So this is the center of the sphere, the center of the face. Okay, if I take one of the face like this, so I will get 8 spheres. 4 spheres at the corner, and one of the face, one at the center of the face. So these two types. Here you see what is the position of the blue sphere. See, this is the corner. Corner is, you know the corner. This is the corner. Okay, this is the corner. But the point A is here. Here you see. So you can't say that this blue sphere is at corner B. Yes, yes. So blue spheres are on the edge. They are on the edge. What is the contribution of sphere at the edge? Everybody knows that. Yes. Contribution at edge is 1 by 4. Okay, now this is only one face. See? Oh, this is one. See, this is only one sphere. Okay. Oh, sorry, not one. So this is only one face. This is only one face. So there are other faces also. Okay, suppose let's see, if we see this one. Okay, let's take it. So this is another face. Okay, not good. This is another face. Okay. This one. And similarly, one face will be behind. Okay, similarly here. Similarly above and below. Now count the total sphere inside the cube. Okay. What are the total spheres inside the cube? Yes. Ansh, 8. How 8? What is the contribution at the edge? That is 1 by 4. See that one. How many edges are there? Total edges is 12. Each edge has one, you know, sphere here at this point. A, B, C, D. Each edge has one sphere, and that is in also you have to consider the whole of the cube. So total spheres on the edge spheres. Edge spheres we can write there are 12 edges, and each edge there at each edge. Okay, you can see this now. The contribution is 1 by 4. So how many are there? 3. If you have any doubt in this, please ask. Any doubt? Aparajita, Ansh, there, Tanuj, anybody? Okay. Then there is one sphere at the face center. This one. There is one sphere at the face center. So how many spheres are there at the face center? All the faces. You see this one. How many faces are there? Total faces. Total faces are 6 in a cube. There are 6 faces. So face center. What is the contribution at face center? Contribution at face center. What is the contribution at face center? Ah, okay. So at face center that is 6 into 1 by 2. That is equal to 3. Okay, so that is your 3 here and 3 here. So that is your 3 plus 3. That is 6. Okay. So total number of spheres are inside the cube. It is 6. Now find the packing fraction of this system, of this cube. Find the packing fraction. Packing fraction I told you so many times. What is the definition of packing fraction? What is packing fraction? Ansh. What is packing fraction? Aparajita. Yes. So let's take the edge length of this as A. Okay. So there are 6 pairs, total 6. So volume of spheres 6 into 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Let the radius be, okay, let's take the radius as r. Okay, let's take the radius as r. So this is your r, this is your 2r, this is r. So this is your r, this much distance is 2r, and again this distance is r. Okay, same here we can say. Okay, this. So let's take the radius as r divided by a cube. A cube is the volume of the sphere, volume of the cube. So that is a packing fraction. Now what is the relation between a and r? Sorry, where it is? Yes, relation between a and r. Edge length a and r. Arch. Aparajita. Very good. A is equal to 4r. You can see that here. This is your edge length a. So I can write here as 1. This is your edge length a. This is your edge length a. Everything is edge length a. So this is your edge length a here. So that is equal to this d to b is edge length. D to b is edge length. So that is r, 2r and r. So that is your 4r. So this is a is equal to 4r. Now putting this here in this. So what we were getting? 4r cube. So that will be 64r cube. To put it here. So that will be a cube is equal to 64r cube. Just you have to write 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 64 r cube. So everything will get cancelled out. Now tell me what is the answer? What is the answer for packing fraction? Which option will you get? A, B, C, D option. Everybody. Yes. Ansh. What is the answer? 28. 21. Yes. This is the answer. 11 by 21. You do all the calculations. R cube cancels with R cube. So that is your 11 upon 21. Okay. Because pi is there, so it will be 22 by 7. And then you can do all the things there. Okay. So this is the, okay, everybody will get that. Now here it is written as n is equal to 8. Okay, n is your unit cell number. So basically, if we see this one, this is the answer. Yes, it is the answer. Now, if we see this one, n is equal to 8 means there are 8 unit cells. Okay, so if we increase the unit cell, packing fraction doesn't change. Okay, for 1 unit cell, the packing fraction will be 11 by 21, and for 8 unit cell also the packing fraction will be 11 by 21. Okay, so that is your same thing. That is your same thing. So always remember that, you know, this packing fraction doesn't change with the change in the unit cell. Got it? If anybody wants to ask anything, okay, should we proceed? Any query? Okay, there is anything you want to ask? Okay, so that is your coordination number and the question we just solved. Okay, the question is good. Okay, I will send. Okay, everybody, I will send this question to you. Okay. Now after the coordination number, okay, this next concept is the void space. Void space. Okay, now what is void space? Void space, we can also say that it is the empty space between the spheres. Between the spheres. Okay. So there are a lot of void spaces which are created. A lot of void spaces. Okay. Now there are 2D voids and 3D voids. Okay. 2D voids and 3D voids. So in 2D voids, okay, we have two types. One is your triangular void and another is your square void. Okay. Let's first take this triangular void. Okay. That is your triangular void. Triangular void. If we make, suppose, let's take 3 spheres. Okay. This. Okay. And I'm sorry, my pen fell down. Okay. So, okay, let's take these 3 voids, 3 spheres, and we can arrange them here. Okay. So if the 3 spheres are arranged like this, okay, 3 spheres are arranged like this. So the space here, okay, the space here, it is called as the void space here. This is called as the void space. This is the void space. This here. So this is called as the void space. Hello. क्लोज क्लोज कर दो, क्लोज कर दो, क्लोज। नेक्स्ट मत करो, क्लोज कर दो, उसमें वो व्हाट्सएप और ट्विटर वगैरह बन के आ रहे हैं। अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा। हाँ नहीं नहीं, वो नेक्स्ट कर दो। हाँ हाँ, वो नेक्स्ट कर दो, नेक्स्ट। पब्लिश कर, हाँ फिर पब्लिश कर दो, नीचे पब्लिश का बटन दबाओ। हो गया। अब मुझे, हाँ क्लोज कर दो। हाँ वीडियो लिंक कॉपी करके व्हाट्सएप कर दो। So let's get started here. Now, okay, so this is the void space. Okay. So this is the space between the spheres. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is the space between the spheres. Okay, you can see the three spheres which are here, and this is the space. Now, void space is array. Okay, void space is, okay. Okay. You can see the void space which is here. Okay, so always remember, void space is measured in a spherical volume. In a spherical volume. Okay, always remember that. Yeah. Okay, so the triangular void. Okay, so the void space is always measured in the spherical volume. Okay, there. When we say spherical volume, we have to only calculate the void radius. We have to calculate So we have to calculate the void radius. Okay, the void radius. So this is, now you see in the triangular void, okay, this is suppose the void radius smaller one. Okay, I can mark it as this one. So this is the void radius, this one. So I'm just taking this one, and let's take it just the red one. Okay, this one, and very small, and this one. Here also, that's red. Okay, this one. So now this we are forming. So that is a triangular void. Okay, and inside the void there is a sphere. Okay, inside the void there is a sphere. Okay, the sphere volume we have to calculate, or just to calculate the radius. Okay, now radius of void sphere is always calculated on the basis of, not on the basis, with respect to radius of sphere. Okay, radius of sphere. So we calculate the radius of void, or the spherical void, or void sphere, you can whatever you want to say. Radius of void is equal to x. X is some constant. Okay, into radius of sphere, and x is less than 1. Okay, x is less than 1 always. Okay, x is always less than 1. Now if we see this system here, if we see this system, okay, radius of the void and the radius of the sphere. If you see this system, here we have this smaller radius, smaller volume. Now if we suppose we make it large, we need to large spheres. Okay, like this. Yes, it is good. Now we can see here. Okay. Okay. So if we see this sphere, we arrange this sphere like that. Now I can make a bigger sphere. Okay. So the spheres are only touching each other. Spheres are only touching each other. Okay, this one. And the sphere which I have to make here, this is the sphere. Okay. No, I don't want this. I want a smaller sphere. Not working. let's make it by hand. So I'm making it by hand only. Okay. So the smaller sphere touches all the big sphere. So that is a big sphere. Now this big sphere, suppose is a center point. This big sphere has the radius r. Okay, let's take the radius r. Okay. Smaller sphere, the midpoint is here. Okay, so radius is small r. So its radius I am writing small r. Here also it is small r, and that is the midpoint of the sphere. Okay, this one. Why I am not getting straight line? Here it is. See here. So that is this one. So this we are getting. Okay, this is also r, and this is also r. So this is r, this is r, this is r, this is r. Okay, this one, and this is small r and small r. So what we are getting, and this is a triangle. Okay, this is a triangle. Now if I join this with the other centers of this, with the other center of the sphere, so what I will get an equilateral triangle like this. I will get an equilateral triangle. It's not exactly equilateral, but you can see that one. What happened? Okay. So this I am getting an equilateral triangle here. Now I have to find small r upon capital R. Suppose let's take it as constant x. So I have to find the x, because the void volume, okay, void volume is measured in the spherical form, and the sphere only you have to the radius of this small sphere which is here, you have to only measure that. Okay, so that is a triangle which is formed by the three big spheres. Okay, it can be anywhere. Okay, whatever is the packing, that is a 2D packing. So a small sphere exactly fits in there between the void. Okay, so that is a small sphere that exactly fits in the void. Okay, it touches all the spheres. So smaller sphere has the radius r. R is the radius of the smaller sphere. Okay, small r is the radius of the void. Okay, capital R is the radius of the sphere. Okay, so you have to find r by r. This is the thing. This is a simple thing that you can find. Now this is the equilateral triangle. Okay, this is the equilateral triangle. Here you can see. So for an equilateral triangle, the angle is basically it is 60 degree, but we want here only 30 degree angle. And when you see this, we are joining this point and this point. So again we are getting a triangle. Okay, this triangle we are getting. So if we see this triangle, okay, let's make a triangle here. If we make a triangle, okay, this is your 30 degree. So the base is r. Okay, the angle is 30 degree. You can see that here, because the total angle is 60 degree in the equilateral triangle. So only half, that is 30 degree. And this is the smaller sphere, that is small r here. You can see that is a small r. This is the small r, and this is the big R, capital R. So that is a big R here. Okay, that you can see. Okay, this is, let's take it as distance h, height h we can take, and this is the R. So in this, okay, what is the ratio? Okay, you have the basic math in the 9-10. So you can calculate, everybody can calculate. What is the ratio of small r upon capital R? Everybody can calculate that. Everybody can calculate that. Is there any problem? Are you calculating? Okay. So you have to just calculate the ratio. Okay, what is this angle? Oh, this sine, cosine, tangent. What is this? Between R and R, suppose this is, you can take it as a hypotenuse. This is your hypotenuse. This is your perpendicular. This is your base. So what is base upon hypotenuse? Everybody should calculate, then you can remember that one. Otherwise you will forget after 2-3 classes. Yes. What? 2 minus 2 minus root 3. Root 3 upon 2 minus root 3. So what is the exact number we are getting? 1.732. 2 minus 1.732. So let's check it out. Hmm. Yes. 0.16. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else is getting something different? Let's take one question also. The answer is 0.155. Anybody getting any other answer? Red. Ansh, Arsh. Arey, Aparajita. Where are you people at? One, this one. Small r upon capital R. That I only want. 0.16. That is okay. Okay, so let's solve it. So let's take it as the cos angle. That will be cos angle. So that will be R upon R plus R. That is your base upon hypotenuse. That is simple. That is equal to cos theta. Okay, so that is equal to cos 30 degree. Okay, so let's take the exact value of cos 30 degree. Okay, so 30 degree cos is, where is cos? So it is 0.866. Okay, so I can write here R divided by R plus R is equal to 0.866, and then all the calculation I can do that one. R plus R upon R is equal to 1 upon 0.866. So if you do all the calculations, we will get R upon R is equal to 1 upon 0.866 minus 1, so that we will get 1.55, 0.155. So we will do all the calculations, so we will get. So this is the ratio, okay. Now when we get this ratio, small r upon capital R, okay, small r upon capital R, so if we get this ratio, okay, whatever is the ratio, so this ratio is called as the radius ratio. Okay, this is called as the radius ratio, and this ratio shows that exact fit model. It shows the exact fit model. Okay, exact fit. Exact fit means if there are three big spheres and we want to fit in some small sphere in the volume, in the void. Sorry. So what should be the radius of the smaller sphere? So that is the relative thing. Okay, so that is called as radius ratio. Okay. If you want to drive it, so but don't drive it every time. Okay, just remember this one, because you will not get the time to do all these calculations. Okay, so that is the ratio which is called as the void ratio or radius ratio. So radius ratio for triangular void is this. Okay, it's a triangular void. There are lot of other voids, tetrahedral void and octahedral void and all that. These are the 2D voids. These are the 2D voids. So tomorrow we will finish the 3D voids also. So one 2D void we have done, triangular void. Then next we will do the square void. Okay, so this is